Welcome to our survey lesson. Today we are going to carry out what we call the temporal adjustment of the leveling instruments. Here with me, there are three main items which are used for leveling survey. The first one is the level. This is what we call a level. Before you start the leveling exercise, you have to identify the type of level that you need. There are basically three types of levels, leveling instruments. The first one is what we call the dumb level. So this one is a dumb level. The other type is called the automatic level. And we have what we call the tilting, and sometimes it is called the engineering level. So one of the instruments is the level, and this is a dumb level. The second instrument which is used in the survey, leveling survey, is what we call the tripod stand. So what we have been talking in class as a tripod stand is this one here. As you can see, there are three stands. Then the third one is what we call the leveling staff. So this is what we call the leveling staff. I hope everybody has seen what the leveling staff is. It has calibrations. There is one which is marked in red and another one marked in black. I'm going to demonstrate how you can take readings using a leveling staff. Before you start the leveling exercise, you must identify first of all the right level, of which today we are saying we are going to use the dumb level, which is this one here. And before you start using the dumb level, there are some checks that you must make to ensure that the machine is in good condition. One thing you have to check is whether the machine has any crack anywhere. So you need to see through whether the machine has any crack. That is one. Secondly, you see the crosshairs. If you check this machine inside, there is what we call the crosshairs. There are three of them. And then the third thing you check is the alcohol bubble. You can see from here there is a bubble inside there. So that is what we call the alcohol bubble. So that is what you check in a leveling machine. Then for the leveling staff, you ensure that the calibrations are feasible. Like for example, this marking is here. Make sure that all of them are clear. All of them are clear, and it can be read. We are going to demonstrate how to do temporal adjustment of the leveling instruments. Temporal adjustment of the leveling instruments involves three steps. The first step is setting out. Setting out means you set out the tripod stand. Then you mount this machine on the tripod stand. So I'm going to demonstrate how you set up the tripod stand. Now this tripod stand, you can adjust to any height that you want. You know, for us there are some people who are short, there are others who are tall. So you adjust this thing to the height that you want. Like for my case, I'm slightly tall, so that is my height. Now, when setting out the tripod stand, you first set out those two. You set out these two stands, then you use this third one to balance. Now when you realize that is the level, you lock like this. Then you step so that it becomes firm. Like I have done here. So after setting the tripod stand, you mount the dumb level machine. You mount the dumb level machine using the screen. As you can see from here, you mount like this. have mounted that machine. So step number 1 is setting the tripod stand and mounting the leveling machine as you have seen. So step number 2 in the temporal adjustment of the instrument is leveling. So the purpose of leveling, you level such that you ensure that the vertical axis of the instrument is in line . So you can use the knobs. These are what we call the knobs. There are 3. You can see what I'm doing. Until that bubble is inside that circle. So I want somebody to come and check whether that bubble is in the middle of that circle, in the center of that circle. So I think it is now in the center. So we have leveled. Now after leveling, we rotate this machine 360 degrees. We rotate 360 degrees like this, and we do what we call forecasting. Forecasting, the purpose of forecasting is to make sure you remove the parallax. Parallax is a condition where the image of the object is not in line with the crosshairs. So we have to rotate this machine 360 degrees. Then we forecast such that we make sure, if you rotate 360 degrees, that bubble should remain at the center. If it doesn't remain at the center, then you again readjust such that it is in the center. So the main reason for forecasting is to remove parallax, where the image of the object is not in the plane of the crosshairs. So, in summary, temporal adjustment of the instrument involves 3 steps. The first step is setting up the tripod stand and mounting the machine using these screws. Secondly, is leveling. Leveling means adjustment of the machine such that the bubble is at the center. Then after setting, you rotate 360 degrees. Then the third thing is forecasting. You forecast, and the main purpose of forecasting is to remove parallax. So that is what we mean by temporal adjustment of the instrument. Once you have done all the 3 steps, then you can now start your leveling exercise. Thank you so much.